I'm setting the intention that this reading reaches who it's meant for and supports their highest and greatest good. Take only what resonates. This is for the Virgo collective. And I feel like this image on this card is representative of this reading, of just someone off by themselves focusing on work, minding their own business and just getting to work. And this whole reading is just a repetition of that, but being recognized for it. We have the first card out, says enjoying life's little luxuries, spending quiet time alone, successful self-employment. And then we have these cards here that represent financial stability, receiving wealth, receiving recognition. And then we have this person here. This Emperor card just keeps like showing up all throughout the reading. I think it showed up 3 times. So this card reminds me of someone who has received, accolades. They've received awards. They've received recognition for a skill that they've developed. But this person also has on some armor. If you notice underneath his clothes, he has some armor. And I feel like that is also relevant in the reading, because we have this card here of someone who has received strength through something that has been painful and difficult. And then this card also came out, which says deep personal strength and peace that assure success. So this difficulty, or this challenge that increased the strength was like an important part of the journey. This gets repeated here in the runes. We've got this defensive energy here that shows up in the runes. So that might be relevant to some of those watching this reading. But congratulations, Virgo, because it's just a repetition of cards that are saying focusing on work, celebrating, being celebrated, someone who has a very specific craft and other people are recognizing this craft. There's multiple cards here of recognition, multiple cards of occupation, celebration. Let me just go through these cards that came out. We have money through property, inheritance, winning, or windfall. Dealings, relationships with a man. A distant friend is thinking of you. Deep friendship. Do not take risks, beware of greed. I feel like there's a message here about receiving money and to not take risks with that money. And then we have in need of help, assistance, and guidance. I feel like this is just, someone giving you a hand up, recognizing you in respect to career. We got the career card showing up. And then it says pay attention to your work, and then happiness. And I feel like, that expression of receiving flowers, kind of like another way of saying receiving recognition. This is a repeated message of being recognized in work that you do. Really just like stepping up. The Emperor card shows up again at the bottom of this deck. And then we've got these 3 cards that showed up. These are 2 opposite energies. We've got water and fire energy, and then this card here that represents balance. This water energy is a King of Cups. It says, I am my own anchor. So this could be representative of, a difficulty, like an emotional difficulty that has been overcome. And through that emotional difficulty, there's been strength. And that could be representative in this card, because this is about water, and water is about emotions. So there could be some emotional strength that has come through, and through a challenge, and you have become your own anchor. But there's also a lot of messages here about financial stability and being like financially stable, like anchored in, grounded energy, anchored in financial stability. And then we've got this feminine energy showing up, this Queen of Wands that says, I am naturally creative. And this is a fire energy. This is a very passionate energy. And then this card here is a representation of opposites, but balanced through the opposites. And it says, I find clarity through calm. So we've got these 2 opposite energies. We've got a creative energy and an emotionally stable energy. And it's like these 2 energies are balancing each other, water and fire. And I can't help but wonder if this is a romantic connection that is coming in, or if this is just a representation of the work that you produce, that it is a combination of creativity and creating stability through that creativity, or having overcome certain challenges and being emotionally stable, you know, while expressing yourself. But see, at the bottom of the deck, underneath the Emperor, we've got this Ace of Cups, which represents new love. It says, I welcome new love and trust what it brings. So I just want to ask and see if this is connected to new love, or if it's connected to just like a representation of how, you know, you do your work, if this is Virgo's energy. Okay, can you give me a circle? I'm working with my guardian angel right now. Can you give me a circle, please? This King of Cups and Queen of Wands energy, does this represent Virgo in the work that they do, that they are emotionally balanced, emotionally anchored, and creative? Yes. Does this also represent, give me another circle, please. Does this also represent a new romantic partner that could be coming in? That's a yes. So this could be a new romantic partner that enters. It doesn't have to be water and fire energy. This could just represent, you know, a person that balances you. And yeah, so that's what I've got for your reading. If this reading resonated, please let me know through leaving a thumbs up in the comments. This is a new channel, so your likes, subscribes, and comments help to get this channel out there, and I greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one. Congratulations, Virgo.